Hey guys, Darth Glork here, back with part 1 of my brand new playthrough. Welcome to Love Ribbon. Okay, so as no doubt, no doubt, you can already tell from the menu, this is obviously a Yuri visual novel, and, you know, it's been a hot minute since we did one, so it's been a while. It's also been a bit since I recorded anything. Last thing we finished on the channel was Dead Space 2. And it was good, but then I got sick, and you could probably still hear a little bit. I sound off and my voice still. It's because I am still a little bit sick. It's not nearly as bad, but I just like my throat and I'm still congested, and it's just enough to not ever go away, even if I don't feel bad. It's just I'm constantly clearing my throat, or I'm constantly sniffling just a little bit. But the sniffling is toned down a lot. It's mostly just I just always sound off to me. I mean, I have since a couple of weeks. So I got sick, and then my family visited, and so then after and I had to work still though. So it's like after work every day I was visiting with family, and so I just got backed up, and so I wouldn't have time during the week to get out videos, and so that's why I was off for a week. So sorry about that, but trust me, I was still thinking of you. Don't you worry. And I was waiting the moment when I could come back. So like I said, this is a Yuri visual novel. I have never played it before, so it will be a blind for me. Yeah, I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a while since we did a visual novel of any kind, especially a Yuri one. So I'm here for it. I'm excited. What was I gonna say? Oh, there was a adult patch which I did install. As per the usual, I will not be showing that, which will probably not surprise you at all. I will not be showing that. It's a similar to what I did for most any other visual novel that I've done. I just cut away right before there's anything, too insane going on. Although it occurs to me, I get because it will. When it comes up, it's very exciting for me because I get to use that sweet transition that I made for lewd things happening on screen that I have to just cut away for because there's no amount of editing that's gonna make that okay. So. Yeah, so it's like I get to use that sweet transition, and it's been a long time since I used that. Now it occurs to me. So anyway, other than that though, I just got to remember to hesitate just a second between each slide. It's habit not to, but for editing it's much easier if I do that because it gives me a moment to react if I have to cut away between scenes, and if I do it too fast I have to cut myself off mid-sentence sometimes. So I have to hesitate just a hair between each scene if it looks like things are heating up, so I have to watch out for that. Other than that though, I think that's everything. There wasn't too much else going on, just your standard visual novel things. So, here we go. I also don't know how long this is. I don't totally know how long this is. That's pretty. Anyway, I saw one guy said that he did it in 7 hours, but, and and I saw another person said they did it in 3, but they were AFK the whole time, so I imagine he had it on auto and he walked away, which is, like, I don't even know why you'd bother if you were gonna do that, but, so I don't know, it could be between, 3 and 10 parts-ish, I don't know, so we'll see. It's not a super long one, but I do have an idea about what we're gonna do after this, though, actually, already, and I'm really excited for that. It'll be a new challenge for me, so we'll see. Anyway, here we go, really hoping my voice holds out for this. I stretch my arms wide as I take my first step off the bus. My body is stiff after being seated for what feels like half the day, and various joints crack in response to my movement. At the same time, I fill my lungs with fresh air. After being trapped inside of a bus all day, the air outside has a refreshing taste to it. Crack. Ow! Oh geez, it's only been a few hours. Toughen up, Iris. With a loud crack of my neck, I start limbering up and hit the road. I keep an eye out for any street signs that might help me to gather my bearings. While I have a rough idea of where I am, I've never been to this city before, nor am I traveling with anybody who might. I'm all alone in a brand new city, my home for at least the next year. This is hopeless. I can't see anything useful. Maybe I should ask for help after all. Hey, look at that. As if on cue, my cell phone begins to vibrate with an incoming call. It's Dad. After a few rings I pick up, his voice is cheerful and vibrant. Iris, I thought it was about time for me to call. How is it? Do you like your new home? Did you have any trouble getting there? It's not too far from school, is it? Whoa, slow down, Dad. I haven't even seen the place yet. I just got off the bus a minute ago. Oh, right. Whoops, I didn't mean to get ahead of myself. My father laughs heartily as he speaks. So, how was the ride over? Is it full of fun and excitement? Ugh, don't ask. Do you know how many creeps catch the bus? Not to mention the stale air and uncomfortable seats. Worse, I couldn't even afford to doze off. Missing my stop would just be the disaster to top off this momentous occasion. Wow, someone's feeling gloomy. Suck it up, princess. A little bus ride never hurt anyone. And what happened to your enthusiasm from this morning? You were practically jumping for joy at the notion of moving out and attending school. You even changed into your uniform before leaving. You were prancing around like it was your first day of school. I was not. I just wanted to make sure it fit. Yet you're still wearing it now, aren't you? Silence. I look down at my own body. My legs are clad in knee socks up to my thighs. They stop a couple of inches before reaching my short skirt, which I have mixed feelings about wearing. The long sleeve blazer I'm wearing is warm, and around my left breast is the school uniform emblem. I don't know why I said uniform. Below the blazer is a white shirt, also decorated with the school emblem. Finally, the collar of the white shirt is held in place by a tie neatly wrapping the whole outfit together. It's so cute. My precious daughter is finally moving out on her own. It feels like just yesterday that I was changing your diaper and reading you bedtime stories. Are you really gonna be alright without me? Oh please, I'm a grown woman now, Dad. I can take care of myself. I'm not so sure about you, though. Make sure you eat properly and go to bed at a reasonable time, okay? Yes. I smirked to myself at my father's childish reaction. Although he's a good, responsible man, my father is not a serious person by nature. It's only when something big is going on that he seems to pull his act together. Well, I won't keep any longer. Call me when you arrive at your new home, okay? I'll be around if you need. Oh, wait a second. Actually, there is one thing I'd like your help with. I take a look around and detail my surroundings to my father. Sounds like you got off one stop too early. Don't worry, your new school isn't too far away. Just keep heading toward the heart of the city, you'll find it in no time. And if you still can't find it, Papa will track your phone's GPS and give you street-by-street directions. How does that sound? Creepy beyond compare. Thanks for the help, though. I should be able to figure it out from here. Alright, don't hesitate to call if you get lost again. I remember this one time when we went to the zoo and I found you. Beep. I hurriedly pressed the end call button. Honestly, every chance he gets, I put my phone away and start walking. Following my father's directions, I soon find myself in front of my new high school. Lilium? I would assume I say that? Lilium High School? A prestigious school inhabited primarily by the children of upper middle class families. Thanks to my exemplary performance and attitude, not to mention my participation in extracurricular activities, I was given the opportunity to apply for a scholarship here. Not only was my application successful, but I am now a top student at Lilium High. My battle hasn't ended yet, however. As a scholarship student, I must continue to excel, lest my scholarship opportunity be revoked. Furthermore, I will be living by myself from now on, and I don't know anybody in this city. This is my first step towards adulthood, and as nervous as this whole situation makes me, I am without a doubt excited. Screech! Pulling me away from my thoughts, I turn my head back as the sound of a bus coming to a halt reaches my ears. Oh, that's so cool! It's been so long since we did a visual novel, guys. I'm so excited. Also, our first achievement, which you guys can actually see because I forgot that I enabled the overlay thing so you guys can see that stuff. So look at that, my first achievement. Anyway, something I forgot to mention though. So there is some, I don't know what the word is here I'm looking for. There is some potentially taboo topics going on here. This romance is not your average romance. It does not bother me in the slightest. But I thought I would mention it in case that kind of thing does offend you. So, because it does not offend me. Full disclosure. Anyway, you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. I'm not going to spoil it for you. As the doors open, only a single person steps off. It's a girl carrying a large bag on her back. Even from behind, her long black hair and pure white skin catch my eye. She exudes an unmistakable air of maturity despite appearing to be around my age, a cool beauty with an appeal I find my eyes immediately drawn to. But beyond her appearance, what I find most captivating is her demeanor. She takes confident strides, not at all unbalanced by the large bag she's carrying. She appears strong, yet her arms and legs are not muscular. Her figure is lean, and her back is straight. She pushes her chest out naturally and walks with excellent posture. My age or not, she is undoubtedly more mature and adult than I am. As I stare at her figure, my mouth agape, I notice just how loudly my heart is beating. Sorry, my mind wandered briefly in there, and I was just thinking of something else. Sorry, I was just completely distracted. I was drawing parallels between another Yuri series that has similar vibes going on. You'll see. Sorry. Anyway, under control. I swear. Actually, let me take a quick drink really quick. Full disclosure, because of the hole, I'm trying to make sure my voice actually survives this journey. I am going to be drinking throughout this, so... However, the sniffling does seem to have toned down a little bit, even if my throat sounds a little bit off. But, you know, could be worse. Okay, the mere sight of this girl causes my body to malfunction. My throat is paralyzed, my face is hot, my heart is beating so quickly I fear it might burst. Yes? Eep! My heart jumps as the beautiful young woman addresses me. She stares straight into my eyes, exuding confidence and strength I could only dream of possessing. If you don't want anything, then. The young woman turns around and begins to walk off. No, please, wait. My body reacts before my brain is able to formulate a plan. I didn't mean to call out to the girl, but before I know it, I'm unconsciously reaching forward. Yeah? The girl raises an eyebrow at my sudden outburst. I think about what I could say, and when I called out to this total stranger, perhaps I can ask if she's also a student? As I mentally assess my options, I become painfully aware of the girl's increasing annoyance. Oh no. No, it's nothing, sorry. Without saying another word, the young woman turns around once again, this time walking away for real. Yikes, it's not a great interaction. Simply watching her beautiful figure recede from my sight causes my chest to tighten in a manner I've never experienced before. Once she's gone, my chest suddenly relaxes, and I'm able to breathe once more. But before I can think too deeply about this unfamiliar feeling, our meeting comes to an end. Just who was that girl? Someone you'll know all too well soon enough, no doubt, as she is on the front cover. Anyway, she's on the main menu, it's kind of a giveaway. Anyway, following a lengthy walk, mostly thanks to my unfamiliarity with the area, I finally arrive at my new home. It's an apartment in the city, not too far away from my high school. Most of the students at Lilium High use the student dorms, but I unfortunately missed out on any vacancies this year. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have to have roommates and I have my own apartment, can you imagine? So for the time being, at least until the dorm room opens up, I will be living in an apartment rented by my father. Yeah, that sounds terrible. That sounds terrible. How are you going to survive that? Come to think of it. I pulled my cell phone out once more and called my father. Hey, it's me again. Hi, me again. I'm Dad. Oh, there. Yeah, you can tell he is a dad. She set him up perfectly for that dad joke. Well done. I'm hanging up. Hold on, don't go. I sighed and put my ear up to the phone once again. Anyway, I was just calling to say that I've arrived at the apartment. Took you this long to get there? You really should exercise more. Beep. I glare at the phone as I hang up. Honestly, why do I even bother? I thought moving out would mean being free from my father's nonsense. Why would you want that? He sounds like a fun guy. My phone begins to vibrate just as I'm about to put it down. I sigh once more and answer the call. Dad, I've only just arrived. If you want to pester me, can't it wait until... Hold on. There's something important I need to tell you. Don't go out after 9? No, well, yes, but something else. I was planning on telling you before you left, but you just looked so cute dancing around in your new uniform that I... Out with it, Dad. Okay. The thing is, you won't be living alone after all. Huh? I stare at my phone in surprise, completely baffled by my father's revelation. What do you mean I won't be living alone? You promised that you would trust me to take care of myself. Besides, you work too far away. You can't seriously be thinking of staying with me. My father doesn't respond immediately. I imagine he's weighing the same expression that I was only moments ago. Iris, I think you're misunderstanding something here. What I'm trying to tell you is you'll be sharing the apartment with another Lilium High School student. My eyes slowly open wider as my father's words sink in. I had anticipated a quiet life of solitude during my stay here, a life of school, studying, and not much else. Having a housemate would undeniably change that. Another high school student? Sorry, I know you were looking forward to living alone. No, that's okay. I'm just surprised. I didn't think that having a housemate would be a bad thing. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, in case you're wondering, the reason I don't, laugh out or read ha 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 is that it sounds disingenuous. It's weird, to be ha ha ha, it's so robotic when I'm not actually laughing, or whatever. So, I sort of just do whatever happens, but I don't read it out, because it would be weird. You get it, he's laughing, I shouldn't have to tell you that. Anyway, it's just one of those weird, visual novel things that you're this doesn't translate, I don't know, I can't fake his laugh for him, I don't know. Anyway, so I've always done that where I just sort of gloss over it, so in case you're wondering, that's why. It'd be awkward. Anyway, I'm glad to hear that. I'd be in a difficult situation if you refused to live with her. Oh, and don't worry about her having an impact on your studies. Zoe usually keeps to herself. Zoe, huh? Okay, so a girl named Zoe will be living with me and attending the same school as I am. I can work with that. Is there anything else I should know before we meet? Oh, I suppose there is one thing. I can hear the sound of my father scratching his face as he hesitates to answer. You see, you and Zoe already, have a connection. A connection? I think back over the people I've met. While I can't recall the names of everyone I've been introduced to, I'm fairly certain I don't know anyone named Zoe. Yes, although you've never met, the two of you already share a close bond. Okay. So what is this connection or bond or whatever? My father once again begins to scratch his face. Iris, Zoe is... how do I put this? She's your little sister. My little what? I respond in a flat tone, half convinced that my father is just screwing with me. I guess I should explain. Zoe has lived overseas for most of her life with her mother, so the two of you never had a chance to meet. Which might be for the best, now that I think about it. Zoe can be a bit... My father trails off, unsure of how to best end such a leading statement. Well, at any rate, a fresh start might be just what each of you need. Okay, talk to you later, honey. Lots of love. Bye, bye, bye. Click. It's like, wow, thanks, Dad. Sweet. Just lays that on you. Huh? I stare at the phone in my hand. The call ends before I can ask a single question to my father, who is no longer on the line. All I hear is the sound of my own breathing. A little sister? You've got to be kidding me. I lived my entire life thinking and being told that I was an only child. Furthermore, my father raised me alone, never really told me about my mother. I grew up thinking my mother was dead, or perhaps a deadbeat who ran out on us. In reality, it appears she was living overseas with a little sister I never knew I had. Unbelievable. I've had a little sister all this time and I never even knew it. Now out of nowhere, we're gonna be living together? This is just too much. Well, it's certainly something. It's certainly something. Now, obviously, there is some parallels. Obviously, I think of Citrus right away, and I am no doubt not alone in that. So, you know, I would imagine there's probably some similar vibes, which I'm okay with. I'm here for it. Anyway, following the piece of news my father had left me at the last minute, I was left in a state of shock. In a daze, I decided to take a quick look around the apartment. Oh, that's nice. I locate the bathroom, my bedroom, confirm the state of my belongings, and finally sit back and take it all in. As hard as it is to believe, this is my new home, my apartment rented by my father, but still mine. But before I can settle down and relax, there is another matter weighing on my mind. And another piece of news my father dropped on me at the last minute. The unplanned guest in my otherwise empty apartment. My little sister. For the next 30 minutes, I pace back and forth. Do you think this apartment has more than one bedroom? I would imagine so, right? Like, hopefully you're not gonna have to completely share, you know, like split the room in half kind of deal. Like, that's so crowded, you know? So it's like, you know, ideally there's a separate bedroom. Like, it would also be nice if there was a separate bathroom. Although, I mean, honestly, it's fairly unlikely. It's fairly unlikely that there will be, but maybe. For the next 30 minutes, I pace back and forth. Over and over again, I pass by the boxes containing my belongings. I then enter every room in the house, one by one, before returning to the kitchen. I repeat this process as time slowly passes me by, as though waiting for something or trying to reach a conclusion. In reality, however, I have no clear goal. There is only a single thought in my mind, and pacing will not make it go away. As one might expect, from the moment my father nonchalantly made his declaration, my thoughts belong to a single person, my little sister Zoe. Though surprised after a while, I'm not actually disappointed, and I'm certainly not angry. Instead, all I can think about is how I'll finally have the younger sibling I always wanted. I mean, like, I'm happy she's taking this in stride, but, like, I would want details. Like, I'd want details, like, why does mom live overseas? Why did you never tell me about her? Why do you know that, you know, like, why are you aware that I have a little sister you didn't tell me about? Like, I would want details, and again, I might not be angry either, but, like, I'd be really curious. Like, I'd want to know, you know? So, I don't know. I digress. Anyway, maybe I should lay down for a bit. I really do need to rest. Contrary to the advice I offer myself, I continue to pace. The excitement of having a little sister, one with whom I will soon be spending every day, is just too much to keep bottled up inside. Heh, a little sister. My very own little sister. I begin to imagine what she might look like, and what we could do with one another. Will we cook together? Walk to school together? Will she need my help with her schoolwork? I'm definitely going to be a reliable older sister. I'll make certain that she knows I can be counted on. Come to think of it, how old is Zoe? My father said she was younger than me, but he didn't exactly say. Ding dong. There's the doorbell. Well, he did say she was going to, you know, Lillian High School like you, so, I mean, like, age-wise, she should be similar, right? Even if she's a different year in the school, for all you know, like she would be a similar year at least, right? Anyway, my excited yet nervous pacing comes to a halt as I hear a sound at the door. I'm not expecting any visitors, and Zoe's the only roommate I've been told about. In my mind, the one ringing the doorbell can only be a single person. I ready myself to give her the best greeting that I can. Zoey! I rush to the front door, throw it open without pause or hesitation. Why? Why? You should have looked first. Like, okay, well, at least it is. I would assume that's her, and at least it probably is actually her. Anyway, the moment I do, I see a familiar face staring back at me, blankly. Zoey? That's my name. You're Iris, right? Yeah, that's right. I shrink back, lower my voice. In front of me is the beautiful young woman who I met earlier today. The cool beauty whom I thought to be my age, if not older. My little sister, Zoey. Cool, looks like I got the right place. Zoey pushes past me without another word. She drops her large bag on the floor, places her hands on her lower back, stretching after carrying it around for so long. It's just us here? Huh? Oh, yeah, yes, just us. Awesome, lock the door, will ya? I gotta take a look at my room. Oh, Zoey opens her bag and takes out a change of clothes. She then takes a quick look around, searching for the bedroom. I do have my own room, right? Oi, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Do I have a room or not? I look around at my feet as I brace myself. I spent the past half hour thinking about this moment, wondering what I would do, what I would say. Yeah, it's down the hall on the right. Zoey doesn't give a response, instead picking up her bags once more. Before Zoey can end our first meeting as sisters, I force myself to speak. Zoey, do you want to go get smoothies together? Huh? Where the hell did that come from? Look, I don't know what our father told you, but I'm just here to eat and sleep. Got it? So go make yourself useful and unpack or something. I'll find the bedroom myself. Wow! Wow! She's certainly not very friendly. Zoey heads down the hallway, checks a few rooms. She soon finds a room, enters, closing the door behind her. Even after Zoey has left my side, I continue to look towards the bedroom. Smoothies? What the hell? Standing in the hallway, I continue to replay that unbelievably awkward exchange in my head. What just happened? The girl from the park? That was Zoey? My little sister, whose existence I only just learned about, pushed straight past me without any indication whatsoever that she even wanted to know me? Furthermore, Zoey is younger than me, and yet she's so tall and looks so mature for her age. In a way, it almost feels like I'm the one who should be her little sister. Suffice it to say, this is definitely not how I pictured my first day of independence. I feel so weird about after leaving our first encounter off on that note. What should I do? Oh no! Oh no! Okay, hang on, please. Oh, I love that. The game knows. You just hit escape and it opens the save menu right away. Okie dokie. Okay, so she's very standoffish. I'm really tempted just to back off because I feel like we might need to force this relationship to happen. So I think we might need to introduce she's gonna be mean. She's gonna be mean. She's gonna be like, wow, what the hell do you want? Piss off. Oh man. Dang it. I can't just leave it on that weird note. I go to Zoey's door. This is such a mistake. This is such a mistake. Such a mistake. From outside I can't hear the sound of anything moving, so I give the door a timid knock. No response. Maybe she didn't hear me the first time? I knock the door again, this time more firmly. Still no response. She must be in there. She can't be napping, can she? I should check on her, just make sure she's alright. Oh no! No, don't do it. If you don't hear anything, just leave. Just leave. Hey, Zoey? Silence. This is getting weird. What could have happened? I have a responsibility to make sure she's okay, right? No! No! She probably has headphones on. Doesn't she seem like she seems like a headphone person, doesn't she? I cautiously turn the knob, slowly push open the door. Here it comes. Zoey? Iris, is that you? I open the door, see Zoey sitting up in her bed. Maybe try knocking next time, yeah? Sorry, I actually did try knocking. You didn't respond. Oh, yeah, see, I told you she'd have headphones on. I had my headphones on. I guess I didn't hear. Yeah, see, I told you. Oh, so that's it. Sorry, I just got worried when I knocked and you didn't respond, so I thought I'd peek through the door and make sure you're okay. I didn't mean to invade your privacy. Anyway, what'd you want? Huh? You knocked on my door for a reason, right? What do you want? Oh, I was just making sure you didn't need any help, like unpacking or anything, really. No, I'm good. Anything else? No, that's all. That's all I wanted to know. Okay. Zoey grabs her headphones, begins putting them back on. Crap, maybe I should say something? Zoey. I'm glad we're living together. I know that we don't really know each other, and I hope it isn't weird for me to say this, but I hope we get to spend time together. You know, since we're sisters and roommates. Sorry I was so awkward before. Hey, there you go. That was a good, you know, that was a nice thing to say. That was cohesive. You know, in the hall. I actually just learned only a few hours ago that I even had a little sister. Zoey doesn't answer, instead opting to slide her headphones on again. Why? That's so mean! Apparently I'm dismissed. Wow, freaking rude. I leave Zoey's room, making sure to close the door behind me. Wow, that's freaking rude. Didn't even say anything, dude. That was a good interaction, like, on, you know, Iris's end. It was like, you know, she's like, it was a good cohesive thought and everything, and she just didn't even respond. I mean, like, maybe Zoey, maybe Zoey didn't know they were sisters? Like, maybe she's told that they're roommates? I don't know. She hasn't said anything about it, so we have no way of knowing. I lean against the wall of the hallway and begin taking deep breaths. Why am I so anxious? No, I shouldn't take it personally. She's probably just really tired from traveling. Yeah, I'm sure that's it. She did come out from out of town, so she's probably just needs more time alone to rest. She's not nice. I think that's the real problem. She's kind of a jerk. I shouldn't judge Zoey's personality off in a few short interactions. I'll probably have a chance to spend more time with her tomorrow. Yeah, I admire her ability to not be offended, because like I'd be like, oh well, okay. Clearly I can see what she's after. She does not want to even know my name, and then I would have proceeded to avoid her like the plague. But obviously that's, you know, this isn't my relationship here, okay? So it's fine. With that, I begin preparations for sleep. It's not my relationship here. She can do whatever she wants. If she wants to be blown up and, you know, be blown off, not be offended, that's her right. Beep, beep, beep. I'm assuming that's her alarm. Groggily, I wake up the next morning when my alarm goes off at 7. I hit the snooze button several times, that's a mistake, and doze until finally hauling myself out of bed. Ugh, yawn. Oh great, now she got me to yawn. Wow, look at that. Even reading it, yawning is contagious. I go to the bathroom to get washed up and notice that one of the towels hanging there is already wet. Apparently Zoey already had her morning shower. By the time I emerge from the bathroom, Zoey's nowhere to be seen in the apartment. Zoey? No answer. After what happened yesterday, I'm not sure whether to feel disappointed or relieved. I'd feel relieved. That's for sure. As I expected, homeroom on the first day is introductions and going over the school's conduct handbook. After homeroom, my first class is calculus. Ugh. It's right next door, and I'm one of the first students to arrive. I take a seat next to the door. Hi, nice to meet you again. Hi, Chris. Or hi, Iris. I don't know why I said Chris. Anyway, well, probably because it's spelt like, you know, it's kind of similar. There's some similarities. The students trickle in one by one, and I say hello to the classmates I already know while offering a friendly nod to the new faces. Right as I'm about to take a seat, a familiar face pops in. Hey, look. My eyes widen as I realize it's Zoey. She pokes her head around the corner of the door frame as if unsure as to whether she's found the correct room, then steps through after confirming the number. Hi, Zoey. Huh? I'm so glad you came by to see me. What are you talking about? That is why you're here, right? Say hello to your sister. I don't mean to hold you up. You should go to your class. This is my class. What, you're taking calculus? But I thought you were a second-year student. This is the class that the assessment test placed me into. Wow, really? Zoey shrugs and walks into the room, scanning for an open seat. I pull out the chair next to me. You can sit here. Instead of sitting in the seat I pulled out, Zoey walks right past me, takes a seat at the other end of the room. Of course she does. Looks directly away from me towards the window. Wow, did Iris just get stood up? How embarrassing. Oh, come on, you guys, please. Though she looks like a really plain girl, that's mean. If I were like that girl, I might sit somewhere else too. I know, that's so mean. But it's true. I heard the murmurs of students around me reacting to my interaction with Zoey. Blood rushes to my face. Looking down shamefully, I clench my hands in my lap. Why did I have to let my guard down like that? I'm thankful when the teacher finally calls the class to order. Quiet, everyone. Now, I have no intention of allowing the group classroom lecture to devolve into social hour. We'll be having assigned seating. Haha! This is gonna come in handy for us because I betcha what's-her-face is gonna have to sit next to us. The classroom collective groan hits my ears. Everyone get up, find your new seats. I look at the seating chart and suddenly realize, I caught it, that the new arrangement has put my seat right next to Zoey's. I locate my seat and Zoey plops herself down next to me. Ugh, whose idea of a cruel joke is this? No, I can't be like that. Let's make an effort at least. I turn my head to smile at Zoey, but she avoids eye contact with me, instead looking towards the front of the room with a perpetually bored expression on her face. What do I do now? Dang it, dude. Dang it. It's not gonna work, but like I can't just not like I have to try. It's a romance. It's not like a whatever. It's not a socially avoided simulator. Like that's real life. Okay, we have to try. We have to try. Try talking. Hey Zoe? No response. I think it's really cool that you managed to place into calculus as a second-year student. Must mean you're really smart and dedicated to your studies. Do you like math? Silence. Again, no reaction. I sighed dejectedly, opened my notebook. Apparently Zoe... Smooth. Thanks, achievement. Thank you. I had to try. What did you want from me? Anyway, apparently Zoe intends to ignore me for the rest of the class. I try to focus on the teacher's lesson, but I can't stop thinking about Zoe. She's sitting right next to me, yet she seems completely oblivious to my existence. And not only do I have to spend the rest of the semester sitting next to her in calculus, but we're living together in the same apartment, and what have I gotten myself into? Yeah, it's hard when she's like super mean. She's like super mean and super hates you. That's not good. It's not good. So obviously this goes without saying because this is played on my channel. But especially when it comes to like visual novels and things, like I am determined to get the good ending. I want the happily ever after, they get together, life is good ending. So we'll play without a guide. We're just gonna play, and if we get an ending that's no doubt the best happily ever after life is good ending, I either look up endings if I'm really satisfied with the one I got. Sometimes I don't, but for the most part I look up what all the options were and then I verify what I got and I see if that's the best one. So on camera we will get the best ending. It just might not be the first time, but we'll start over again, especially with visual novels with the whole skip feature and skipping scene dialogue. You can blow through it in a couple of minutes. So after going through it the first time. Like I said, this is not the first visual novel we've done on my channel, but it's been a while. So for those of you that are new to the visual novel format, or the one on my channel at least, don't worry, we always get the good ending, one way or another. So after a long day at school, I gradually make my way home. In both hands, I'm carrying plastic bags filled with groceries, not to mention the school bag on my back. I am back, I call out as I enter the apartment. The bags in either hand are placed on the counter, followed by my school bag. I then collapse on the nearest chair and close my eyes, exhausted from the trip. Hopefully you don't have cold stuff. Normally, after the first day of school, I'm filled with excitement, but all I can feel now is the crushing anxiety of what will happen the next time I see Zoe. I know, she's so mean, dude. She's so mean. It seemed like she outright hated me in math class. There's no other way to interpret it, right? I sigh and close my eyes. Damn, where did they put it? My eyes shoot open as I hear a familiar voice. I had assumed Zoe wasn't home, or perhaps otherwise engaged, since my initial greeting didn't receive a response. Zoe, you're home? Why didn't you respond when I called out? I'm on my way out anyway. Don't pay me any mind. I'll be out of your hair soon. True to her words, Zoe appears to be getting ready to leave. Even though I only just returned myself, it's getting dark and I can't see why she would choose to go out now of all times. I put myself onto my feet and face Zoe. Going out now? That's what I said, but isn't it getting a bit late for that? It'll be dark soon. You don't want to be wandering around an unfamiliar city at night. You mean that you don't want to be want to wander the city. Don't assume to know what I want. Well, okay, that's fair. But why would you go out at this time? I wouldn't have asked any of these questions. I already bought some groceries to use for dinner if that's what you were worried about. I'm not going shopping. Then where are you going? Give me a break. After that, she begins moving towards the door again. Wait! I take a step to the side so that I block her escape. She raises her eyes, it's like mutiny, but like that form of it. Mutiniously? I mean, that makes it sound like it's a gunpowder. Like, I don't think that's right. Mutinously? Is I said mutinously? With hatred. She raises her eyes with hatred. You get it. It takes me several seconds to get my voice to work. You know, seeing as we both are up, I nearly cringe as I hear my own nervous voice. Why don't we study? It's like, wow. I think she just, like, sometimes she's asking for it, okay? Like, again, like, Zoe clearly wants nothing to do with her, okay? So it's like, I wouldn't have asked any of these questions. I'm not her mother. Like, you don't even know her. Not even barely. Like, you barely know her name. You know nothing about her. Like, she's her own person. Like, I mean, you guys are complete strangers. Siblings doesn't, like, being technical siblings doesn't automatically make you close. Like, you have to know the person. They're still just a stranger. She's very brave, but very foolish. Anyway, Zoe opens her mouth to reply, then closes it again. For one shocking moment, I think she's actually going to consider my proposal. Then I realize she's only taking a deep breath to keep her temper in check. No. Zoey begins to brush past me in the hallway. I can't just let her leave. Why not? You can't. Can't what? Go outside right now. It's nighttime. So? Our school enforces a curfew. Any student found past 10 is going to be in serious trouble, even expulsion. At the mention of school, Zoe's eyes narrow. And safety. Just because we live on our own doesn't mean we can do whatever we want. Bang. Up. That's not what I was expecting. Oh, cool, look at that, an achievement. That's like a title for an anime. Zoey grabs me by the shoulders and pushes me against the wall. She's forceful and puts great strength into her hands. Oh dear. I'm not injured, but my heart is sent racing. She's gonna grab her by the throat. She's like, starts to just yell at her, completely loses her temper. Is that what's about to happen? But my heart is both racing, both due to Zoe's proximity and the sudden shock of being thrown into something solid. Zoey, what are you? Shut up. What I choose to do is my business, no one else's. You have no right to tell me what to do. Zoe's tone is cold and fierce. Her fingertips are sinking deep into my flesh, and I start to feel pain in my shoulders. Zoey, I'm not trying to be the bad guy here. I just don't want you to get yourself in trouble. If my actions get me in trouble, that's my problem, not yours. But I'm your sister. I don't want to see you get hurt or anything. Zoey clenches her teeth. Don't give me that shit. You think a day of knowing one another in some vague blood relation makes us sisters? Don't make me laugh. I mean, no offense, that's what I said. I told you, I said it wasn't just because your technical blood, doesn't mean you're close. It doesn't mean anything. Blood just makes you related. You know what I mean? You have to know the person. Anyway. Don't make me laugh. You're just a nosy little do-gooder who can't keep out of other people's business. All right, but she wasn't big. She's just trying to be helpful. You don't have to be a jerk, okay? No, I'm just trying to look out for you. By telling me how to live my life, listen closely. I'm not going to be bossed around by some pampered little girl who thinks she's better than me. Take your ego and shove it. I want nothing to do with your holier-than-thou bullshit. Wow, holy crap, that's so mean. I bite my lip as I force back tears. I know, she was so nice. I don't think I'm better than you. Why would you say that? From the moment I first saw you, I thought you were an amazing person, a cool, independent woman who could take care of herself. Not only that, but you're attending Lilium High, even though you're younger than me. You made it into this prestigious school. I'm not looking down on you in the slightest, Zoey, and I know that might sound strange, but since I'm supposed to be your older sister, but from the moment I laid eyes on you, I thought you were beautiful beyond compare. Yeah, so take that, you bully. What the hell am I saying? I mean, it was nice. It was a very nice thing to say because she was literally attacking you. Zoey releases my shoulders and takes a step back. Her face is contorted in frustration and confusion as she tries to process what I just told her. But rather than respond, Zoey turns around and heads towards the door. Just stay out of my way, all right? I won't warn you again. Zoey slams the door shut behind her. I stand there stunned before I breathe again, realizing I'm alone. Why did that? I just got told off by my little sister, and on top of that, she seems to hate me even more now. I wring my hands in front of me, still unmoving from where Zoey backed me against the wall. What am I gonna do? I mean, nothing. She's her own problem. Whatever happens, she brings on herself. The next morning, I woke up sore, slumped over the desk in my room. Oh, my bedroom light's still on, and I'm still in my clothes from yesterday. Oh, that's right, I stayed up late last night to try and catch Zoey when she came back home, but I must have fallen asleep before she got back. I don't know why you'd bother, but, do you. I quickly changed out of my grungy clothes and grabbed a granola bar from the kitchen on my way out the door. No time for breakfast today. Yeah, it's not good. As I hurried to school, thoughts of last night rushed through my head. Oh. I mean, I know what I would say here. Okay, so I can't believe I said those things to Zoey, or I can't believe Zoey said those things to me. I know what I was thinking, which is I can't believe Zoey said those things to me. But to be honest, it sounds... Okay. I suspect on a choices basis, this is the one I'm supposed to say, I would assume. I feel like I'm supposed to say this one because self-reflection and getting aggressive and being mad even though Zoey was absolutely the jerk back there. I feel like this is going to be the way, is being really, I don't know, really humble, just unoffendable, just self-reflective. But I feel like this is what I naturally want to say, which is I can't believe Zoey is such a jerk. But I don't think that's going to help the romance. I think I have to say this one, even though I don't want to, because I know what I would say. I'd say this one. I can't believe Zoey's such a jerk. I think she's on her own. That's what I would say, but fine, we'll say this one, because I would assume I have to. I can't believe I said those things. I don't know, maybe out loud. Man, that's so not what I would say. What was I thinking confronting her in the hallway like that? What was I hoping to accomplish? Okay, that's kind of true, though. That's kind of true. The whole confronting her come hell or high water, stop her thing, that was a mistake. I do agree with that, so there is some solace there. Anyway. And then in the end, I tried to compliment her to diffuse the situation, but that only seemed to make her more upset. No, I think that part was good. The beginning confrontation thing was not good. But the last part was handled very well, considering. I couldn't even stop her from leaving, so what was the point? Inside, I dread seeing Zoey during second period calculus, having to sit next to her all class after what happened last night. On the bright side, maybe this will be a chance for me to offer her a proper apology. She can't escape me when it comes to class, right? I mean, unless she blows it off. Bet she doesn't even show up to class. After the bell rings to signal the end of homeroom, I rush to calculus. I want to be here when Zoey arrives. I bet you she's gonna skip. I watch as the students file in one by one. As I wait for Zoey, gradually the other seats around me fill until finally the teacher calls the class to order. Zoey's seat remains conspicuously empty. I called it. Alright class, settle down. I'm going to pass around an attendance sheet, so be sure to sign it before you leave. The teacher begins his lesson, and I find myself continuously checking the door, hoping to see Zoey stepping through. Several minutes pass, I still see no sign of her. Eventually the attendance sheet's passed to me. I locate my own name on the sheet and mark it off. I hesitate before passing the sheet on. I can see Zoey's name listed below on the paper. I mean, but the teacher has eyes. The teacher has eyes. Isn't he just gonna look and notice that there's like one missing student? Like, he's not blind, right? I'm assuming the teacher can see things. Okay, this is very loyal. It's not true, and I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, if she brought that on herself. But like, this feels like more like I have your back even when you're a jerk to me? Maybe? Or unless of course she'd be pissed. She's like, don't do things for me. So, but I don't know, maybe we'll say mark her as being present. Zoey might be running late. I wouldn't want for her to get in trouble for missing class. Besides, it's just a small thing. I mark Zoey's being in attendance, then pass the attendance sheet to the next table of students. That was such a mistake. The rest of the day passes uneventfully. After my last class, I check around the sophomore classrooms to see if I can find Zoey. I don't see her anywhere. Maybe she went straight home. I mean, you'll be lucky if she didn't get arrested for like attacking somebody or something. There isn't any warm welcome after I rush into the apartment at record speed. Not that I was expecting one, but Zoey's nowhere to be found. I try knocking on Zoey's bedroom door. No response. My phone rings. I look down at the screen and realize it's from Dad. Dad? Iris, where's Zoey? I don't know. I called her phone. She's not picking up. Can you go home and see if she's there? I am home. I just checked her door. She's not responding. She might still be at school. I can hear the sound of Dad sighing on the other end of the line. I just got a call from the school. Zoey didn't go to class today. I thought this would be different, with her at a new school, living with you. What do you mean? This isn't the first time this has happened, you know. Zoey had these same problems at her old school. Iris, there's one more thing the school told me. Zoey was absent from all of her classes. Like, oh no, I didn't even think about that. Of course they're gonna know. Oh no, of course they're gonna know. Because we don't share all the same classes. We just shared one. So what if one class it's gonna say she was there? That's so stupid. Of course they were gonna know. I didn't even think about that. It's not even just the one class. Oh no, Zoey was absent from all of her classes except she was marked as in attendance for calculus. They asked the teacher about it. He doesn't remember Zoey being there. I know it's not a coincidence that the one class Zoey supposedly attended is the class that the two of you share together. Oh no. Oh no. It's not good. It's not good. I was just trying to look out for her, man. I just thought it was helpful. Iris, I'm disappointed. I wanted you to be a positive example for Zoey, not encouraging this kind of behavior. I was just trying to be loyal, even if she's mean. I know she's not going to start acting like an angel overnight, but the least you can do is try to keep her in line. Sorry, Dad. I'll try to keep an eye on her. I know you're not the one who's the problem. It's not fair to take this out on you when Zoey's the one who's cutting class. I hope things improve, Iris. Did I say virus? I meant Iris. I don't know what I said. Thank you, Dad. I hope things get better soon. Well, I guess that's all. Don't want to get another call like that from the school. Goodbye, Dad. He hangs up, cutting me off. Wow, forget you! Are you serious? Like, I did nothing wrong. He was like, Zoey's a jerk. I am not her mother. Like, you can't just like tie us together and be like, this is Iris's problem. Like, this is bull. And he like hung up on you. Like, well, forget you, man. Like she was already been like all over my case, like, and then Dad calls and just to like bully you too. Like, man, forget everybody, forget all of you. Terrible people. I don't think I've ever heard Dad so angry. At least he's never been angry at me. Why is it my fault? Zoey misbehaves and I'm the one who gets scolded? That's literally what I just said. I didn't even know I had a sister before now, and now I'm responsible for this unruly person? I know. No, that's not right. Zoey is still younger than me. If I want to be an older sister, I do need to set a good example for her. No, it's not right. You are not responsible for this person. They can't just, like, tie Zoey to you. Now she's hurt. Now she's your problem. It's their fault for being lousy parents. Anyway, but how am I supposed to keep an eye on her? It's not like she tells me where she goes. Unless... My eyes glance towards the narrow apartment hallway that contains our bedrooms. I could take a look in her room. I'm the only one home at the moment. It's not like it would be locked. No, it's wrong to do that. I can't. But it might give me some clues to where she's been going during the day. What if she's doing something really shady? In spite of my misgivings, I soon find myself standing in front of Zoey's bedroom door. Place my hand on the doorknob, hesitating. I really shouldn't do this, really. The last time I burst into Zoey's room unannounced, it ended up backfiring on me, and she chewed me out for being rude. But after that happened yesterday, I think Zoey has lost the right to complain about me being rude, not showing up to school, and then letting me get the flack for her cutting class. I twist the knob with a feeling of unease and push the door open. Oh, I expect them to give me a choice. No, not so. Not the case. This is happening. Doesn't look like she's decorated at all in here. Even the blankets are so plain looking. I'm not sure when Zoey will be back, so it's best to do this quickly. Oh dear. Alright, do a quick little pause. Desk. It's a cheap desk, devoid of anything personal. Zoey's class schedule is inside the bin at the top. Besides that is her laptop. My fingers reach out before I can fully think of what I'm doing. This is such a mistake! At the brush of my fingertips against the touchpad, the laptop powers on. Oh, it's locked. For the best. Seriously, snooping around in Zoey's computer? This is already bad enough on my part. I should have limits. I don't see anything in here. I feel really bad now. Why am I even doing this? As I turn to leave, something on the table catches my eye. Colorful papers are sticking out from underneath Zoey's textbooks on the table. Is it a class handout? I've already come this far. Might as well. I pick up one of the sheets. It's a glossy flyer. Doors Tap, Monday Night Specials, live music show featuring local talent. I glance over the other papers. Club Life, Whiskey Row, Entropy Club. What? Why does she have flyers for bars? What the heck is this? It looks like she has a lot of them too, and one of them is even circled with marker around the date. My head is spinning. Is this what Zoey's been doing the last few nights? Going out to bars? Well, she was carrying a large bag. That was a guitar bag. So she's probably just a musician that's, like, looking into that, like, you know, boosting her, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's an income thing or if it's, like, I just really into music thing. But it's obviously just a guitar thing. Like, it even said music. Click. Horrified, I spin to face the door. It's opening. Zoey's back. Right, roughly, I shove the papers under the books. When I straighten, I find Zoey staring at me, eyes wide. This was such a mistake! The shocked expression doesn't last long, however, and her eyes narrow to critical levels. What are you doing in my room? In your room? I echo her stupidly. Oh, right, I am. I was gonna see if you wanted to watch TV? That's ridiculous. If it was even possible. Zoey's eyes narrow even further. Why? I knot my hand in the bottom hem of my sweater, trying to keep my voice from sounding like a tightrope. Something good might be on? Zoey turns me around first and presses her palms flat against my back. She pushes me from her room as I weakly protest. We don't even have to watch TV. We can study or something. I mean, good night, Iris. She practically hisses at me. She roughly closes the door in my face. That was such a mistake. I can't believe you did that. I jump at the sound of it slamming. Phew, that was too close for comfort. But those flyers, I definitely saw something weird in there. Zoey isn't a bad girl, is she? I like how you couldn't believe it. You, like, couldn't believe it. Couldn't picture a world in which Zoey isn't not a jerk. You know? It's just like, she's not, like, I don't know, crazy or anything, is she? It's like, oh yeah, that would be shocking. Totally not getting that vibe from her right now. The next morning, Zoey isn't any friendlier. I mean, what a surprise. I mean, that's normal. We didn't talk much before, but this time the silence is heavy. Whenever I so much as move a finger, Zoey's eyes cut towards me with a distasteful and menacing glare. It's excruciatingly awkward to eat my breakfast. Zoey pushes her plate away when she finishes her meal. Oh, I can clean that up for you. If you think you can make me forget about you snooping through my room by being nice, forget it. I flinch at her biting remark. Ugh, I really wish I hadn't looked in her room now. I told you shouldn't have. I can't possibly ask her about the flyers either. Zoey turns her nose up at me, getting out of her seat and swiftly depositing the plate in the sink. You leaving? With a final parting glare, Zoey leaves through the front door. The cool surface of the dining room table collides with my head as I drop onto it. I've really made a mess of things. After waiting a good 3 minutes so that Zoey can't glare at me for following her, I finally leave the apartment and make my way to school. Oh, jeez. Oh, that was such a mistake. I wouldn't have done that. I'm more than a little anxious as calculus approaches. Sitting through another round of sharp glares from my younger sister isn't exactly on top of my list of fun. But the situation resolves itself because Zoey White, Miss White, she's absent again. The teacher twists his mouth disapprovingly and shoots me a look before going back to attendance. Oh, come on! I was just trying to be nice. I sink down in my chair. Why am I getting blamed for her ditching class? Though even I'm starting to get worried. It's like, come on, people, I am not the bad guy here. Once school is over, I head out to the front entrance. I'm about to head home when I see a familiar tall figure walking away from the school gate. My mouth clamps shut as she rapidly heads out of view. What the? Zoey isn't going the way home. In fact, she's walking in the complete opposite direction. Why is she going that way? And what's more, if she was at school, why wasn't she in calculus? This is my chance to find out where she goes all day. I don't want to assume the worst about Zoey, but why on earth would she have those flyers in her room? Because she's a music person. It's obvious she's an artist. She like plays the guitar or something. This isn't meeting people. She isn't meeting people at bars, right? She isn't meeting men. Could you imagine? After a quick mental battle, my feet take off after Zoey. I mean, like, she's an artist. Like, obviously. I mean, I don't know if she has a guitar with her now. I'm assuming it's a guitar. It could be something else that's related. There's no freaking way, dude. There's no way that she's not just going to bars to drink or whatever. Like, it's definitely like a music thing or something. Whew, following people isn't easy. I've almost lost sight of her how many times now? Just by walking through the park. If I didn't know any better, I'd say she was intentionally trying to make following her impossible. She probably knows you're there. Zoey zips down a path to the right, breaking out into a dash. I round the corner after her. Ah! My foot gets caught on a stray branch in the path. Grumpily, I pull a twig out of my sock. This is not my forte. Quickly, I sneak over to the path again. I'm now devoid of anyone. Oh no, I lost her. Did she see me following her? How could she not? Ugh. Besides, I'm totally being unfair. This could be a huge coincidence. Ah! Out of reflex, I spin behind a tree. Zoey just stepped out of a nearby bathroom, now fully changed into her casual clothing. She's also carrying a huge black bag over her shoulder. That's the guitar bag, I'm telling you. What's going on? She changed her clothes in a park bathroom? Zoey's moving swiftly through the park now, making her way for the exit. She's going towards the station. My fallback plan was to claim that I was enjoying a stroll through the park if she saw me, but if she's getting on the subway, there's no way I can pretend I'm not following her. I can't turn back now. I have to see what she's up to. It's a guitar thing! Relax, it's a guitar thing. Bet. Call it. Time me. Someone write this down. He called it, I'm telling you. I was barely able to get off at the same stop as Zoey, and now I've lost her altogether. I nervously glance at my surroundings at the strange place Zoey got off at the subway for. This place is really scary. There's nothing but bars around here. I can't even imagine what this place looks like later at night. Standing around in my school uniform, I really stick out like a sore thumb. I guess I should feel lucky it's not busy. Where did Zoey go? Wait, the name of the flyer that was circled, though, was that Tonight, Entropy Club? Which, to my luck, happens to be right in front of me. I step towards the Entropy Club. The bar doors and blackened windows don't allow a single glimpse of what's inside. My only indication that it's actually open for business is the music and smell. There's something so off-limits about this place, this entire street, really. Something that screams, you don't belong here. I must be insane. I followed my sister, snooped in her room, and now I'm about to go into a seedy bar looking for her. But I've come too far to just give up. I'll duck in, look for Zoey, then get out before anyone says anything. Ugh, now I'm muttering to myself in this dingy place. Let's get this over with. It's just a music thing. Bet. There's even a guitar on the stage, see? The smell of acrid I think that's how you say that. Cigarette smoke overwhelms my senses as soon as I enter the bar. I resist the urge to pull my shirt over my nose. It's so dark in here that my eyes have to adjust before I can begin to find my way around. Everyone is facing away from the door, watching the stage. The bar is in a location further in, so I'm able to slip in unnoticed. I hug the back wall, scanning the bar for signs of Zoey, when I see... I told you! I told you it was a guitar thing! What did I say? What did I say? No way! Is that Zoey? My eyes go wide as I see her up on stage, guitar in hand. She's softly singing into the microphone, playing while doing so. No way! Rooted in place, I quietly listen to her song washes over the bar. Can't believe this beautiful song is coming from the same girl who seems to have a permanent scowl on her face. Zoey's smooth fingers glide along the guitar strings, playing it with a clearly practiced hand. Her voice is so warm, so soothing, that the bar and its few inhabitants fade around me. The lyrics ease along in tandem with the strumming of her guitar. Her harsh clothing is such a contrast to the gentleness of the song that in a strange way it almost seems to make it sweeter. I continue to listen enraptured as the girl I learned was my little sister only a few days ago captivates the small audience with her singing. Until all too soon, the song tapers off. My surroundings rebound to reality. Zoey prepares for the next song. I told you it was just a guitar thing. So Zoey comes to these places to sing. How can I be so stupid? I jumped to so many conclusions about Zoey. None of them were good. Guilt stabs at me. I timidly remove my eyes from the girl on stage. I'm the worst. No wonder she doesn't like me. No! Don't internalize this. You did nothing wrong. Man, hey little lady. Huh? I look up, now aware that someone is addressing me. A man is next to me by the wall, leaning in towards me. How long has he been there? You're a little young to be in this place. You know, the uniform? Or is that a kink? His breath smells like alcohol. I hold back a gag as he advances closer, now leaning on the wall with his arm. Yeah, we need to get out of here. I'm in the wrong neighborhood. Gotta go. Can I grab you a drink? If you're not legal, I don't mind buying. What? What? Send that guy to prison. No, thank you. The man leans in even more, and I take a step back. I'm trapped between him and the corner, between the wall and a large table. My heart starts to pound in my chest. Do you think Zoey's gonna come in like a knight in shining armor? Jeez, relax. I'm just obviously trying to do something nice for you. I flinch at the man's voice rises. My eyes dart around for an exit. He's got me pinned back here. Please leave me alone. Chill out. I'm only offering you a drink. The man sneers at me, but he doesn't move away. In fact, he's moving even closer. You're the one dressed like that in a bar. What'd you think guys were gonna do, huh? On the verge of tears, I look down at my feet. I hear the man chuckle. Come on, just one drink. The man stumbles and harshly grabs my arm as he almost trips. Whoops. Ah! I shut my eyes tight as I almost fall. The man's grip is like a vice on my wrist, and he tries to steady himself as he tries. Why did I come here? Why did I follow Zoey to this place? Is this what I deserve for thinking the worst of Zoey? No. Please just leave me alone. Get the hell away from her. Yes, I knew it. I told you it was going to happen. My eyes shoot open as a voice shouts through the suddenly very quiet bar. It's then that I finally register the lack of music. Up on the stage, Zoey is now standing up, looking right at us. Her eyes are dangerously focused, and her chest heaves in and out at a rapid pace. Zoey? What? I said get away from her. What the hell? I was just talking to her. Zoey unhooks her guitar from the amp, resulting in an ear-stinging pitch throughout the bar. I'm warning you. Zoey grips her guitar like a bat as she hops off the stage, quickly advancing towards us. Now every eye in the bar is turned towards us, watching the spectacle. The man stumbles back as Zoey is almost on us. Whatever, crazy bitch. The man retreats, mumbling obscenities and throwing his arms into the air. What in blazes are you doing? A short, red-faced man in a vest storms over. He's glaring daggers at Zoey, who stares back. Getting off stage and harassing my customers? Are you mental? I took a leap of faith letting you in here. I want you gone, now. Whatever, this place blows. Let's go, Iris. Wow, wow! She came to the rescue, she got in trouble, and she was totally cool with it. I mean, like, you know, as cool as Zoey can possibly be. But the point is, she did all that for me. For Iris, right? That's what matters. She did it for Iris, and I'm about it. Not daring to speak a word, I follow Zoey out of the bar. Squat man voices his outrage at us at the entire trek out. Yeah, it's all's well that ends well. Once we're a short ways from the bar, Zoey stops turning to face me. My heart is pounding so fast from the encounter that I'm starting to shake a little. You okay? I'm fine, I'm just not used to that. It's probably a good thing that you're not. Now then, why are you following me, Iris? Ugh, Zoey puts a hand on her hip, twisting her mouth into a scowl. I look away, not able to meet her accusatory gaze. I mean, these are both terrible. Okay, well, just a coincidence is ridiculous. There's no way you just happen to be at this bar. That's just insulting. So I guess I'm gonna say this one, because, like, at least it would explain why she was snooping in her room. You were coming home late, and then I found flyers for bars in your room, so you really were snooping around in my room. Well, you already knew that. That's not an admission. You already knew she was doing that. I was really worried. You've been missing classes, and I wasn't sure if you'd gotten mixed up into something dangerous or not. But I'm the one who was in the wrong. I made some really bad assumptions about you. I'm really sorry. I hang my head. I don't know what else to say. Zoey probably really hates me now, and with good reason. I'm sorry I worried you. Huh? You are? I guess it did look suspicious coming out of there. That's an understatement, but I'm not gonna push it. Zoey shrugs. Truth be told, I'm not even totally sure what I'm doing. You're not? Zoey shakes her head and looks around. Listen, how about we get out of this place first? I nod in agreement. Wow! Look, that was civil. I can't believe it. That was actually civil. I lag behind Zoey as we walk, my eyes downcast. Zoey had changed back into her uniform in the park bathroom, stating the smell of the cigarette smoke sticking to her other clothes was making her feel sick. I can't help but let out a heavy sigh. The day's events total that really wore me out. I guess that's to be expected. It's been a roller coaster of emotion all day. Here, you should sit down. Zoey leads me to a bench. I'm not physically tired, but I comply. Sitting on a bench doesn't sound so bad. Aw, that's so cute, dude. That's adorable. To my surprise, Zoey sits down next to me, too. I'm sorry I got you in trouble with that guy. You didn't get me in trouble. If I hadn't been there, that guy wouldn't have made you leave. The manager? The guy was a creep anyways. We sat in silence for a while I collected my thoughts. Weirdly, the one on the forefront of my mind isn't having to prowl through strange bars or that weird guy, but instead the amazing feeling of seeing Zoey up on stage. Why are you smiling like that? You weirded me out. I'm just so happy. I finally get to sit and talk to you like this, and on top of that, I found out that you're an amazing singer. What? I'm not. I only sing because I can't get a gig by just doing guitar. I was really surprised. Your voice is so beautiful. Stop complimenting me. It's embarrassing. Zoey rubs the back of her neck, staring off into the park. It seems that she's going to say something, but then she stops, furrowing her brow. Then she starts to rise off the bench. Instinctively, I grab her wrist. Can we stay like this for a little while longer? If we go back to the apartment, you're not going to hate me again, are you? Look, I don't hate you. Zoey stiffly crosses her arms, giving me a weak excuse. Despite trying my best not to, I feel a scowl creeping up on my face. I don't. When I first learned about you in your life, you seemed like a totally pampered girl. It's not your fault. I feel stupid for even being mad now. Zoey trails off, looking anywhere but in my general direction. After a long silence, it seems Zoey isn't going to say anymore. I decide to assure her. Well, now we can put it all behind us. But you really shouldn't be going to places like that. I need to make money. Money? What for? Zoey gestures to her guitar, which is leaning against the bench in the grass. I left all my equipment at school when I came here. I need money to buy good stuff, but more importantly, I'll get rusty if I don't play. I thought if I did a few free shows, the owner might overlook my age and pay me, but obviously that's not going to happen. Sorry. Don't be. It's not a huge loss. But playing in bars? I thought it would be a good idea to play and make some money. You could have just told me. Would you really have accepted that I wanted to play in bars for money? I didn't want to ask to risk you crying to Dad. I would have accepted that you wanted to play, Zoey. There's got to be other ways to do it. Your school doesn't have a music department for anything that's not classical. I also don't want to disturb people in our apartment by practicing there either. But there's got to be a better way than this. If I wanted to, I could fall in with some kids who are just doing it as a hobby, but that doesn't really solve my money problem. And I have nowhere to earn legitimately because I'm not old enough. I just blew my shot with the one guy seedy enough to let me play, and I'll have to waste the next 2 years doing nothing. Zoey was so stressed out that she'd go to these lengths. Making up my mind, I turned to face Zoey. Zoey, I'll help you. You will? Of course. What are sisters for, after all? Zoey stares at me at a loss for words. I can't help but chuckle at how silly she's being. Of course I'll help her. We could start up a club at school. Maybe I can join too, as the manager or something. It'll be fun. You'll let me use your name on applications? Huh? Oh, thank you, Iris. I'm so sorry I judged you. Before I can protest, Zoey gives me the most adamant smile I've ever seen. Then, if it couldn't get any more amazing, Zoey wraps her arms around me in a hug. Applications? I can only play in most of these places if you're old enough. With your name, I'll be able to pass the background screening no problem. I mean, that's not a big deal, right? You know who she is. I might even be able to get in with a band. That would be some seriously good luck. Zoey mutters her future plans as I wait for my head to stop spinning from the contact of her warm, gentle hug. Ugh, am I really the starved for affection? And more importantly, what did I just agree to? I mean, that's not a big deal. You're old enough, right? Like, you're just signing it so that she can play things, and I mean, how much background check could you possibly need to play a guitar in places? It'll be fine. Anyway, I pack my books and stationery as the final bell rings. School's over at last. I rise to my feet and head towards the door, hoping to catch Zoey before she leaves. Just as I begin to walk away from my desk, however, someone blocks my path. Iris, do you have a minute? Of course. Not good. I walk to the side and allow the other classmates to pass. Once it's just my teacher and I, he begins to talk. Iris, I want to talk to you about your score on the chemistry test from the other day. You do? I do, and going by the look on your face, I'd say you know exactly what I'm gonna say. I grimace as I think about how badly I must have performed on that test. Between moving out and moving in with my suddenly announced younger sister, my mind was anywhere but on the exam. Iris, need I remind you that you are one of the top candidates for Ilium's prestigious scholarship? You can't afford to let your marks fall. Your eligibility is entirely dependent on your grades. I realize that, I really do, but what? You have more important things to do? This is your future we're talking about. Whatever is going on in your life, you can't afford to throw away this opportunity. Yeah, I feel like you don't know shit there, Mr. Professor. There's way more important things than you and your stupid opportunity. If you continue to do poorly, you will have your scholarship revoked, don't forget that. Before I can respond, my teacher walks off, leaving me alone to reflect on what he said. So I really did that badly, huh? I was worried that my home situation might affect my grades, but I didn't think it would be that bad. I need to do something about this. I grabbed my belongings and turned to head towards the door once more. What a jerk. Glad he doesn't teach my class. No, he's not a... Whoa, Zoey, when did you get here? About the time that good-for-nothing started laying into you. Who does he think he is anyway? I know, I agree. So your mark slipped a little. There's no reason to get bent out of shape. I know. No, it might be hard to hear, but he was right. I am eligible for a scholarship that this school provides. If I don't keep my grades perfect, it could go to someone else. He just cares about my future, that's all. That's really positive of you, if you say so. Anyway, forget about that. Were you waiting for me? Waiting for you? Well, you usually go home right after school, right? Could it be that you actually wanted to walk your big sister home? Don't get too full of yourself and quit with the big sister thing. I just happened to be passing by when I saw you get lectured, that's all. Oh, I see. I let out a deep sigh. Guess you're right, shouldn't get so full of myself. My grades are dropping, my home life is warped beyond my control, my own sister hates me. I have no reason to feel proud of myself. My shoulders droop more and more as I speak. While I don't truly believe what I just said, I don't think it's too far off the mark either. This could very well be an important crossroad in my life. Oh, come on, you don't have it that bad. It was only one test, wasn't it? And it's not like I really hate you or anything. I shake my head. It's okay, Zoey. You don't need to comfort me. What I should be doing right now is studying, not fishing for sympathy. I'm going to head home. I'll understand if you want to go a different way than me. I rush past Zoey and head toward the door once more. Oh no. Oh no. Once we leave the school, Zoey and I continue to walk together, or as close together as the two of us seem to get. Zoey walks a few steps behind me, far enough away that we could be strangers, but not so far that we might get separated. When I stop, she stops. When I continue, so does she. What is Zoey today? A lost puppy or a stalker? I slow down to halt. Say, Zoey. Yes? How long are you going to keep on following me like this? I'm not following you. We do happen to live in the same building, remember? Oh. I start walking once again. Once we reach an intersection, I begin to take a left turn where I should have taken a right. You still don't remember the way back? You were supposed to go right. I'm not going straight home, okay? I see. I keep walking the path away from our home, leaving Zoey at the intersection alone. At first, she just stands there watching me walk away. After a few seconds, however, I hear her footsteps creeping up behind me. I thought you said you weren't following me. I'm not. I just happen to be making a detour on my way home, too. Aha! How convenient! See, she cares even though she doesn't want to. She cares. Whatever you say. Well, I'm going this way, so I like smoothies. Huh? Smoothies, I like them. Okay. There's a place around here that sells them, right? Will you take me? Hell yeah. I turn around to face Zoey. As always, she looks dead serious. There isn't an ounce of joy or compassion in her voice or on her face. Despite that, I can't help but think back to our first meeting. You mean because I invited you before? Don't misunderstand, I just feel like a smoothie. She's like, it has nothing to do with you or your sympathy. I just happened to, this moment, want a smoothie. It's just coincidence. Will you take me or not? I stare at Zoey blankly. While her words are as cold as ever, I dare to think that she might be inviting me out in her own way, that is. Okay? I mean, yeah, I'll definitely take you. Great. Zoey turns around and walks towards our home, which is in the same direction as the smoothie and ice cream store I had in mind. Hey, wait, if you know where it is, why'd you need an escort? Zoey says nothing, continues walking. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and hot pages here. Give it a save. Perfect. Well, that'll be a fabulous place to call it. We, started our little adventure, and definitely getting some citrus vibes, but, I'm here for it. I am here for it. So, like I said, I don't know how long this is going to be, but I do have, I initially have one idea in mind, like, right out the gate of what we'll do when this is over, but I'm also considering a couple of other things as well, so we'll see. But yeah, I am happy to be recording again, happy to be back, and really happy to be on a visual novel. It's been a long time, and I was a little bit nervous about restarting one, because my voice isn't always like, I don't know, like, sometimes my stutter is really bad, and sometimes it's like, I don't know, I find reading, like, not like awkward, but some scenes are awkward, and like, I don't know, like, I just worry that it might not be good content, because I'm a worrier, what can I say? But no, I am happy to be back, and looking forward to more. So, that is gonna call for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, hope you guys enjoyed the content today, and we will talk to you guys later. Hi guys! Splat! Oh, we're going, babe, we're going!
Oh my lord! Okay, it's fine. I saved it. I saved it. You see that quick response? My lord, what a tap, though. Me and Buck. We just freaking spirit roasted that guy.